All right, y'all, welcome back to another day in the life of a part-time real estate agent. Today, I'm headed to a property inspection. I actually tried to come to this property inspection yesterday. Funny enough, I missed the wrong day. So here we are at the inspection, pulling up now. Inspector's at the house, and I'm just here for my clients to represent them in their best interests, obviously, first and foremost. But a lot of clients don't understand the home inspection process, so I'm here to translate best I can exactly what's going on and exactly what an inspector is saying to them to make sure they fully understand exactly what they're getting into. Home inspectors are meant to find the bad in a home. They don't come in and tell you everything's perfect. If they did, they wouldn't make any money. There wouldn't be any need for them. They do come in, however, and find everything possible they can with that home. Now, it doesn't mean they find everything, but they do their best to find everything they can so that your buyer goes into the transaction past the option period as educated as possible. So we're going to head on here now. Say hey to the clients, check in with the inspector, and make sure everything's taken care of. So I'll check in with you guys here in a little bit. All right, so we just checked in with the inspector. Things are going well so far, but there are some active leaks in this house. And this house is I believe a 2007 build. We really shouldn't be seeing this many leaks for the age of the house. And the fact that it's in more than one spot is a little concerning. So we're looking at one in the laundry room. We're looking at a leaky valve where the refrigerator would normally sit. And then we actually have some spots in the master bedroom that the wall has been discolored. And the tough part about leaks is there's not really a good way without opening up the wall to know exactly how bad it is, other than the inspector really telling us if the leak's active or not active and how wet it looks using their cameras. So there's a little bit of a risk you take when your client, or when the risk your client's going to take accepting this kind of house. So the clients aren't here yet. I've addressed it with the inspector myself, and a lot of agents may initially say, okay, I got to save this deal. I have to sugarcoat this or make it look good or make it look not as bad as it really is for the client, because you don't want to lose your deal. But the right answer here is that we want to make sure that the buyer or your client makes the decision that's best for them. We don't want to steer them to a decision just to save a deal for ourselves. It's not worth it. It's going to result in lawsuits. You present the facts and you let them make the decision. One of the things you can do to help them make a decision is, one, let them talk one-on-one with the inspector, which I highly recommend they do. And then if there's any follow-up inspections that are available for the type of issue you're having, which for a leak is a little bit tough, I highly recommend that you recommend to them that they get that type of professional out to the house for a secondary inspection to get more estimated or better estimated costs, more accurate quotes to help them out. So in this case, we're going to present the facts straight to the buyers and let them make a decision themselves. The home inspection is not complete yet, but that's the major thing that we found so far. So when the clients show up here in the next 15 minutes, we'll let them talk to the inspector about that. So I'll check in with you guys here in a bit. Today we're headed back to inspection day number 2. Now, I know I told you guys I'd check in with you at the inspection last night, but we had a few things pop up, and the inspection ended up actually ending about an hour late. It was a big house, but we had a lot of things we needed to talk about. The biggest things I already talked to you guys about was the leaks. And so that was an issue that we really needed to have an in-depth discussion with the inspector, just to make sure that the buyer was very, very clear as to what they were getting themselves into. So we're headed back over there today. We have a second inspector coming out. This actually isn't a licensed inspector in the state of Texas, but it is a contractor who specializes in drywall, paint, and a few other things. They're going to give the clients a quote to paint the house, as well as a quote to re-drywall the areas where the leaks are, since that should be a pretty big cost involved with the leaks themselves. So the lighting is not very good. And I'll tell you guys what happened here. So this house is a 2007 build. And over the last 14 years, you can see the marks there. There's been rain hitting the side of the house, coming into these French doors, which do not actually have a seal. So up here, there's no seal, and then down at the bottom, there's no seal either. That's allowed water to come in on both sides, or we think it's allowed water to come in on both sides and penetrate the wall there. And then with the inspector's FLIR camera, there's also damp under the carpet here. So we brought in the contractors today to give us their professional opinion on exactly what we are dealing with to get a quote. All right, so here we are after the inspection. I actually realized that I deleted the video where I showed you guys just exactly what happened with that inspection and that transaction. So here we are about a week after the inspection and the post-inspection negotiations, and I'm happy to say we got everything we asked for. But let me tell you exactly what we did ask for. So here's what I did. After the inspection, I didn't send the inspection report to the seller's agent. I actually only sent the quote over, and I did that out of respect for the seller's agent because anything that I share with them from the inspection, they now have to disclose. So I didn't send that to them. I kept it in my hip pocket as a negotiating tool for the future. But I did send over the quote that showed that we needed about $1,500 in immediate repairs to make the home livable. And I described it in such a way that the sellers had ignored the problem, which had led to the problem getting worse, and that's why it was going to cost $1,500. They actually instantly agreed with us and gave us all $1,500 towards closing. So my sellers are now getting, or excuse me, my buyers are now getting $1,500 in seller's credit at closing, which will help keep some cash in their pockets for that fix. And they're going to get to fix it exactly how they want to fix it, rather than having to deal with a seller fixing it and maybe not doing it just how much or how well they like it. So that's where we're at. We're closing in about a week, maybe two. We are cleared for close. We're just waiting on some other things to get tied up with the home and some HOA paperwork, and then we're going to be closing. So there it is. Thanks for joining me on this video, guys. If you have any questions about this process, the inspection process, or even negotiating, shoot me an email, which you could find below. Drop a comment in the page here, and then if you really like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be sure to make more videos just like this one. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you.